Baby No Money censored Asmongold in his latest music video featuring ODK. At the time of recording, I was unaware of certain individuals' ethical beliefs that all funds generated by this video will be donated to the PCRF.
Very generous of them to give me more teeth in post-production. Never had someone care like that before.
How long before he has to censor everyone in this video? Censoring Asmon only put him on the spot, and now 90% of the top comments in this video are about him or the Streisand effect instead of the actual video LO.
Baby No Money, more like Baby No Aura. Good morning everyone! This is going to be a bit of a short intro because this story is a very simplistic drama. Before I let you guys watch this incredible slop video, I will admit that this is one of the most insane collabs I've ever seen. Not because they brought on everyone from OTK, but because when have you seen the biggest person in the collab get censored? I have nothing but love and respect for Baby No Money, but this is the worst damage control I've ever seen in my life. Oh, boys and girls, we have a really good drama today. Oh, cause like this fucking music video, right? It was made in collab with OTK, like everyone in OTK, and that included Asmongold. But okay, let me go step by step for the story and explain why it's so fucking bizarre. Let me go in theater mode. So it opened. Okay, we have no idea what's going on. You know, it's just simply called Baby No Money, Mary Poppins, and it says right there. At the time of it's like a fucking like Call of Duty death screen. At the time of recording, I was unaware of certain individuals' ethical beliefs. As a result, I've chosen to censor those whose values I do not support. Additionally, all funds generated by this video will be donated to the PCRF, which FYI, by the way, allegedly, this is the PCRF. Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So you're like, okay, and bear in mind, right, you know, like before you click on this video, you have no idea what's going on. Like, you know, who is this individual talking about? In fact, also, by the way, I'm gonna mute this because I don't want a copyright strike. What do you have? But I will say, right, you know, I'm gonna give Baby No Money some shit, but this music by itself, it's not that bad actually. I'm quite fond of it. And he's walking. So there he is, you know, we have a gang of characters. Who do we have, you know, zoom in. Oh, no way. We have Nick Pollum, Miss Kiv, Extra Emily. We have S-Fund right down the far left, right? So they all look like OTK characters. But who's that fucking random character in the center with a crown on his, a crown on his head, you know, with a lizard PNG over his head, or his face, sorry. Who is that? And the more you watch, you realize, wait a second, they censored Asmongold. What? Oh, hold on, go on a second. Wait, look. Yeah, they're all having fun, right? Look at them, you know. They brought everyone on from OTK on for his music video, and they brought in Asmongold, and halfway through, they censored him. They fucking censored this guy. Okay, so, you know, now to go back real quick, right? What's this about, you know, his ethical beliefs? Well, initially, right, I was believing like it was because, you know, he's very right-wing. He's a dangerous, volatile, right-wing character. He loves Trump, all that stuff. But then, you know, it doesn't apply because, you know, it's not that problematic, in my opinion. But also because they give him the money to a charity for Palestine. So that was even dumb, in my opinion, because that whole debacle, that whole situation was back like in November, or like, you know, very late 2024, almost 6 months ago. Me personally, as like a commentary channel, I would not litigate that at all, you know, or like impromptu, you know, out of nowhere. If there's an argument, you know, why I dislike him, I would bring it up. But for whatever reason, right, they're gonna do a music video with him and his friends and bring him on, and then halfway through be like, we can't show him. We can't just, you know, like redo it. No, we have to fucking like, we have to horribly edit it, you know, to censor him and make it look very fucking awkward and weird. Why would you do this actually? Look at them, like, again, like, you know, I don't mind Baby No Money. I think he's right. But like, how do you go from like, this whole fucking production set with all these people in this nice location, and then, you know, nearly like on the last week, you're like, wait a second, we can't have Asmongold. He said that thing about Palestinian children like 6 months ago. Bro, even the most, look, there he is, look. Even the most like diehard left-wing people would not care about this at all, in my opinion, right? I mean, if they're gonna like throw up shit about it, whatever, right? I mean, like, bear in mind, Asmongold, I don't like him at all, but you can't deny, like, you know, he's not like a big part of the gaming scene in the streaming space. So if they're gonna bring on, like, you know, Miss Kiv, Nick Pollum, Extra Emily, fair, whatever. But you can't, you know, like go for like this entire, you know, production and have no idea about him, but out of nowhere on the last week be like, no, we can't show him. He's too problematic. My God, I'm sorry, it's just so mind-blowing. Again, I really want to ask myself, I'm going to play in the background. I really want to ask myself, did he not know, his whole drama? Because when that happened, it was fucking everywhere. You couldn't escape it. One of the biggest streamers on Twitch said something foul and disgusting about, Muslim people, Palestinians in general, and like everyone was covering it. So are you gonna like play dumb and be like, during a production, I had no idea about this. Thankfully, somebody, told me in the last minute what he believed, even though he apologized for it. I mean, in my opinion, right, I think Asmon's apology was not that good. But at the same time, or like for an optics check, do you have him in this production? It would make sense, to have him on because he apologized for it. And also, furthermore, it's been 6 months ago. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if you don't have him on, why would you censor him? It's like a Streisand effect, right? His drama was very old, but now you're gonna blow it up by censoring him. And so, like, the amount of guilt they have is so jarring. Go back a second. Additionally, all funds generated by this video will be donated to the PCRF, the fucking Palestine charity. Okay, I think that's fine, right? But like, how much damage did you cause, by having Asmongold in this music video? Nothing, none at all. I think he's toxic, right? But like, I promise you, he had no negative effect on the conflict at all. He's a streamer miles and miles away from the actual conflict, living in America, in fucking Texas, whatever. He didn't affect it at all. I mean, like, again, respect for him, for giving money, but like, if he's very facetious, in my opinion, because they don't really, it's like forcing a charity, to make themselves look better. Like, guys, listen, we're so sorry for bringing this one random person who most people don't care about, but we're so sorry. Please forgive us. We're gonna have a charity, for this mishap. It's just so insane to me. Again, okay, that's enough of the music. Again, everything about this seems fun, You have like all these big people, This very nice production. It's like a very nice fantasy setting. It looks great, but like it's so jarring having somebody like him, like Asmongold, and he's being censored in the most awkward way possible. Holy shit. I think this drama, this would not be a drama if it wasn't censored, it wasn't being kicked up that much, in my opinion. Holy shit. And bro, like people picked up on this very quickly on Twitter, where even you was like, BBNO Money censored I don't know why you censored, whatever. Asmongold in his latest music video featuring OTK, and bro, okay, respect you, Asmon, right? Because he seemed to be, very amicable about this. Very generous of them to give me more tea in post-production. Never had someone care like that before. If I were Asmongold, this would be very fucking awkward. You dragged me out all the way to a production for your music video, and then halfway through you're like, listen man, we had a great time, but we can't fucking show your ugly ass face in this. It's too problematic. That's insane, dude. Holy fuck. And then people would be like, oh, he did this because, he met Hassan. Now, in my opinion, what the fuck? ChatGPT. In my opinion, shut up. In my opinion, right, I think somebody whispered in his ear, BBNO Money's ear, about Asmongold, and that's why he did it. I'm not sure if it was Hassan, right? Because, this collab, there was about 1 year ago, very old. But, on the other hand, right, it's very, possible that it's like they had a connection and they were like, yo, BBNO Money, don't show Asmongold. He killed Palestinians, and he fucking slandered him. It's very possible, right? I mean, apart from Hassan, right, who else like hates Asmongold that much? And it was like, on the opposite of like the political spectrum against him, Hassan being far left wing and Asmon being very far right wing. I'm not gonna say definitively it was Hassan that told him, to censor him, but it's very possible in my opinion. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll probably end the video now. There's like not that much drama, but like the tiny bit of it is insane to me. How do you bring on a guy as big as Asmongold and then you play dumb in the beginning, be like, I had no idea he said that about Palestinians, and then right around the end be like, okay, we learned about it and we disavow it. We disavow it so much that we'll feature him still, but we censor him, and also, be like very apologetic by giving all the money to a charity. That's insane. I'm sorry, that's so fucking insane. If I were him, right, I'd maybe redo it, or even better, even easier, to show his fucking face. Nobody cares that much, I promise you. Like maybe a very small percentage, right, of like Asmon glazers would hate it, but everyone else like me would not care that much. But now, like commentary channels like me are now being like, what the fuck's going on, because this whole tactic of censoring him makes no sense, in my opinion. That's really it.